The survival game is one of the most players who enjoy playing it right now, because survival games will bring the era back into a classical world, or sometimes the developer makes the survival game into a futuristic design with a combination of sci-fi. So it's up to you to pick the best survival game based on your desired wish. Please help this video get 200 likes, please. Top 12 Best Survival Games High Graphic Android iOS 100% worth playing multiplayer survival games. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Titanite. Titanite, such a great idea of the best survival multiplayer games on mobile. The game is accessible in a real time into the one world. We can meet someone's building houses as well. The survival game has a futuristic design. Even the tools we use for getting the resources are made by the gun of laser. So we don't use any pickaxe to gather the stone, and we don't use the axe to cut down the trees. When we build the home base, it has a modern model and very cool style of furnitures. Such a futuristic survival games we have. The gameplay is we must complete the main quest to level up our crafting point and unlock the new features, but also you can do your own activity. Jump into your own creativity to make yourself have a better facilities than the other players. This is a survival game, so you must craft your gun and many kinds of weapons to kill the aggressive mutant. They have a high damage actually, so be careful. When you die, you are able to respawn based on the location that you are desired. Best high graphic survival Android iOS games. Topia. This game would become the best multiplayer survival game crafting on mobile, even if we can come into battle with the other players in a real times. The whole game's trailer really impressed me because they made it by the actual footage gameplay, which is really adorable of the graphic. We have tried this game on the beta testing, and I really enjoy of how the sea looks like. It seems like a crystal water in just like a real waves at all. We will start by the raft and use the hook button to bait the materials that floats on the sea. The raft is actually moving, so we will reach an island in a certain times. Right now the developer is developing the dark zone area, which is this area will provide a bunch of rare resources. But that will take you into a different condition with a more dangerous experience. The best way before you get enter it is you must prepare your gear first, like making your gun ready. I highly recommend you to try on making the better gun, not just a handgun. But the assault rifle will help us a lot by its damage. We will not fight against the zombie, but we will see so many monster creatures with a huge size. Actually, you will have so many main tasks and side quests ahead waiting for you to complete. The best survival games high graphic for Android iOS. Dead Blood Survival. This is one of the best survival games with FPS style. We will play as a man that will rebuild the village. One by one of our shopping house will be open. Along we clear the main quest, which is it will appear in a safety area. We can speak with another NPC as well and try to produce the new gun and ammo, but we need a different kinds of material as the base to create the weapon. The material will be available after we kill the zombie or collect it from the carrot that we found around the zombies area. I really recommend you to craft the gun and ammo as much as you can, because one stage of the mission will have tons of zombies. Sometimes your ammo will not be enough to clear the zombie at all, so we need to use a wooden stick to hit them with less damage and spend a lot of energy. Remember to check the weapon durability so your weapon will not break them. Best survival game zombie for Android iOS. Path of Rune. This is the best upcoming survival games on mobile that we really need to anticipate it. But when I see the game's trailer, it seems the game will work on PC as well. There is some icon that we need to push on the keyboard actually, but I prefer to focus on the total pre-register number that reach on the top. It has pre-registered by 163,000 players and followed by 157,000 players, which that number is really massive. No wonder, because everything is provided by the Path of Rune survival game. Like we can do a harvest, crop the plant, climb on the wall, run on the roof, and do all of the survival things like chopping the wood and also collecting a lot of resources. The combat battle is really amazing with a fast combat action hack and slash. We are able to change the weapon whenever and wherever we want and switch the weapon with a sword, bow, wooden stick, and axe. Create the most powerful weapon by your rare material. Best survival games for Android, iOS. Lost Future. Lost Future. If you notice the visual color looks like, it seems the game is similar to the State of Decay mobile. I wonder about the game's developer behind of this project, about where they were making the same project as the State of Decay or not. But I really love to see how great the graphics are, even though the game is only available on the iOS platform, but there are ton of survival games lovers who keep pushing this game to be available on Android. Lost Future is a survival zombie game that has a story-based game. In between the game, we will see so many of the characters tell us about the situation and the condition around the area, which make the player get a great experience. We are not only killing the zombie in action, but also we come deeply into the storyline. There is a little icon that is placed just on the screen to show the player the right directions into main missions. It will make it easier to find the way out and way in. In fact, we will start by in the forest beyond the trees. This survival game has fully an action combat. We can lock the zombie from behind and get the blind spot to launch an instant kill to them. Then the camera will turn into an action perspective. This game is an online one, but we will play it in a single player and conquer the zombie by our weapon. Best survival games for Android, iOS. COD Zombies. COD Zombies. Actually, this is a fan-made game survival on Android that was made by Chinese games indie developer, but the quality is really good. In fact, the game was supported by Unreal Engine. That's why the graphics are so powerful at all. This best survival game is on beta access that is playable offline, but we only can do very limited game mode. We cannot even change the setting because it's under development. We will play on killing the zombie in the small area. All of the zombies are really aggressive with a high top speed while they are running. So we must keep running and make a great shooting distance by aiming right into the zombie's head. Then they will get knocked instantly. This game is playable offline survival game but has a quite a high size, which is 1.2 GB. Best offline survival games for Android. Zombie Hunter Game. Zombie Hunter Game. This is one of the best simple and casual survival game because you don't even need to move your characters at all. We only need to lock the zombie by scrolling the left screen and do some action by touching the right screen, which is this combination is really easy to learn. We can use a sword as the melee combat to slash the zombie at once in a close combat, or just shoot them all with your guns. After we clear the area, then we were able to upgrade each of the guns we had to increase the damage dealing. Overall, Zombie Hunter game doesn't have any storyline. It's focusing on clearing the whole stages and moving into the next chapter. At the end, we will face a strong zombie with a high durability. This is the best survival game small size, only 153 MB, and playable offline survival game for Android, iOS. Castaways. Castaways. This is one of the best small-size survival games that has a casual gameplay and give a lot of freedom to the player creating your own island. We will start from a small island and raft. We can move the raft and see what our island looks like from a far view distance by riding the raft. We need some material that we earn by the island as well, but I really love that we start from nothing. Even the food that we need to fishing first and do some little plan to harvest the carrot. We don't need to wait for any progress in a long time because everything is done faster in a quick progress. So we can make our island much bigger in a flash by driving to expand it. Every basic tools has been provided since we started the game. That's why this is the best casual survival games for Android, iOS. Whyland. Whyland. When you are looking for the best survival games that don't exist on Play Store and App Store, then this game would be the best. Especially this game has provided the English version with a huge open world game. We can start with nothing or start the game with everything already has by choosing the creativity mode. This mode is really giving the player that's full of fun, because our main character has everything already need, like a weapons of sword, which is we can use it for chopping the tree and bamboo to get a wood material, and also we have many kinds of guns for killing the animal around and gathering the stone material. Whylands allow us to swim and fly around the world until we reach a high mountain and cliff is possible to land. Right now I can clearly see this survival game is not fully optimized yet. It needs a lot of work on creating the object to become way more realistic. In fact, I already love the sun glare and the shadow are really on point. Best survival games for Android iOS. Survival Island Building. Survival Island Building Simulator. This game is not available on Play Store and App Store actually, but you can get the game freely on Co-op, and this is an offline survival game open world. The game will show you the mission that includes some rewards when you finish it, and it will give you an easier tutorial to understand. I really love that it has a great graphic even if the game size is only 200 MB. We can gather the material by hooking the floating object on the sea that contains many kinds of material inside. This is the basic survival skill we do at the beginning. Then we should craft new tools to faster gathering the materials, like making an axe. Killing some animals is possible to do. Some of the animals will come aggressively, but some of them will run away when we come into a closer distance. Best survival offline games, high graphic for Android. Last Island of Survival. Last Island of Survival. I noticed on the Play Store it got a really weird score and star point, but right now this survival game is ready to play because it has so much new update and has solved some issues in game, so we'll see the progress then. Last Island of Survival is one of the best survival games that is really competitive, so we can join someone's room to play in a real-time multiplayer mode. The graphics are the next level. It has a purely higher level details on each object. The first time we play it, we'll already got the main basic of axe to chop the trees and stones. Be careful exploring the world. There is so much zombie, mutant watching you on the way you through them. You can attack them with a common basic tools as well, or better you craft a stronger weapon, but the material is quite difficult to find. You will feel safer when you ride the vehicle to explore the huge world way faster. Best survival games multiplayer for mobile. Gara and Down. Gara and Down. This survival game is just like a fine wine. The more time it passes, the more players come to join and make the game so much more alive. The word chat message is pretty active. We can easily ask the veteran player to know about the game, and most of them will answer the newbie kindly, which is this game is really good survival game without any toxic player join up. This game is the best multiplayer survival zombie game on mobile. The whole graphic seems really realistic at all. There are so many zombies we can meet in the open world. I love how the weather can change as well. Sometimes it will rain and sometimes the weather will be so clear. Make sure you hunt the zombie on the night to get more creepy experience. Best survival games for Android iOS.